Welcome to Adam's Den.
Obstacles spark creativity. So when you have low budget, you need to be a low budget to do a big movie or whatever. If you have big ideas with a low budget, you have to be really creative to make them work. And I think that's one of the things that happened in the movies that you mostly focus on, which is older movies from the 70s and 80s, is that with the low budget, they really have to come up with creative solutions. And that's what made them shine through. Not a lot of people know that E.T., the extraterrestrial, for example, I mean, we're talking about Spielberg, but the creativity is still there, was made with Play-Doh and chicken wire. So maybe we can look forward to a near future where, even though the budgets will be very small because of the current state of the economy, maybe they will be forced to be really creative. What do you think?
I'd like to think that, but I know I've been dissecting Hollywood movies for too long to know that the people in charge are usually the least creative. Now, I'm not talking the directors and some of the producers, but I'm talking a lot of the executive producers and a lot of the people that really are the money men. They're the ones who will come in and say, well, wouldn't it be better if, and they'll want some ridiculous thing thrown in, or they'll say, hey, this should be great, but could you? And they'll want some change that doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. So I think that I would love it if it would force them to be more creative. But just knowing the way that the industry goes, it's going to, like, they're going to have to be kicking and screaming in order to be creative. And then after, like, the movie comes out, like, let's say I want to do, like, here's a good example. Sling Blade. Billy Bob Thornton smartly put a clause in his contract that the Weinsteins could not mess with it. And they wanted to. And they fought him tooth and nail to try to change all kinds of things within that movie. And it was like, nope, this is the way the movie is. This is the way the movie's going to be, and stuck with it. And what happens? Movie ends up winning a gajillion Oscars. It's like just this amazing film. And then the Weinsteins sit back and, oh yeah, it's exactly what we wanted. And they collect money off of it. And so I think that that's really what happens a lot, where you have, the bean counters and the people in charge will fight the movie makers over it tooth and nail. And then if the movie flops because of the changes that they made, then it's all the director's fault. But if the movie succeeds because the director refused to make the changes, well, then it was brilliant because they let him do it his way.
Yeah. And I actually, that's a good segue to something I heard you say in one of your videos just today, which is there are a lot of good ideas out there, but they often get overlooked. So that's why the studios resort to these same old tropes. And I've also done a lot of screenwriting. And one thing I focus on a lot when I'm watching a movie is the script. And I see the same beats over and over again. And I miss the risk takers, just like you. People who would say, I have a lot of money. I want to be in the film industry. Get me someone who wants to do something interesting. And then just throw a lot of money at it and leave the director alone. And that's how you get these gems, right?
Yeah, I think it's always amazing when I get a story of a director has an idea, or he has a writing partner or something, and they come up with a really original, unique idea. They present it to the studio. The studio gives them a big budget. They make the movie. They don't meddle with it. The movie comes out and it's brilliant. Like, that is a rarity.
Yeah.
It happens so infrequently. It's usually, hey, we got a great idea. Oh, that's a really good idea, but wouldn't it be better if? And then here come the changes. And I understand that sometimes there is some changes that make sense. That would be a great idea. For example, going way back to Star Wars. Han Solo was originally supposed to be a alien called an Aqualish, which is a giant bipedal fish.
I had no idea.
Now, yeah, so Han Solo was originally an Aqualish. Now, The studio, I forget because I'm a little rusty on it, but someone involved was like, okay, look, we conceded that you're going to have a gigantic dog as a co-pilot, Chewbacca. You can't have a dog and a fish as like your, right. So it's like you need to have at least a couple of humans in here. So they fought him over it, and they made the right choice, and ended up being Han Solo. Was Harrison Ford, and beloved character that's been enduring for decades. And so I think that that's a case of where I don't think it would have impacted the movie to the point of where Star Wars would have been a failure, but I think that we wouldn't have the beloved character of Han Solo if he was an alien. Right. So that's a choice. That's a case of where you had producers that kind of understood what was going on, and they made decisions that actually made the production better.
Listen to the entire podcast for free on YouTube or Spotify, and also a bunch of other places. Check the links below, pick your favorite, and boom, you're done. Also, please subscribe to the channel and smack a like if you're enjoying it so far. And why not join the conversation in the comments section below? Do it. I dare ya.